Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Sam Houston Race Park here on Sunday. It is January the 27th, 2019. Gonna look at the stakes races on the program from Sam Houston, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Get 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. So we're gonna look at the stakes races 5 through 10. An excellent card today from Sam Houston, so let's get on to it. The fifth race, the first stakes race on the program, it's the Houston Turf. It's going for a purse of $50,000. This race for 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 12 horses going to post a distance of ground of 1,700 meters, or the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16th on the turf course. 1,700 meters, mile 16th. When I show the diagram, it just gives me a second to look down at my notes. Just bear with me. Top selection here. I'm going to take the number 9 horse all the way to the outside barrier. The 9 horse Ventorio, whatever the fuck the horse's name is. I'm going to go 9-5-1-7 in the superfecta. 9-5-1-7 super. Top selection, the 9 horse Vincatori, 4-year-old gelding by English Channel. Florent Giroux picks up the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the 13th of January at the fairgrounds, mile 16th at a claiming 30. Stepping down in class that day, the horse needed the race, finished third by 1.5 lengths. He had a decent turn of foot from the back of the pack, but he needed the race. I think second off the break, hopefully with a clearer trip, I think he could run well. Even though he's stepping up in class, he should run well. Before that, he ran on the 2nd of August at Arlington, mile 16th in main special weight for third 2,000. He won by nose. That day he sat a little closer, even though the horse even though the horse in front of him, setting the pace, opened up by a bunch. He was closer than he normally is, and then he had a good jump on in the top of the lane, and then he just took off. It was a very good victory there. And then back at the fairgrounds last winter, mile 16th in the main 30, he finished second by 2 lengths. He stalked, and he just couldn't get that good turn of foot at the end. But he did run well there. And then Ratama, 1 mile in the main special weight for 10,000 in November of 2017. He won by a length, broke the maiden easily that day, but he was disqualified from the purse money after the race. But he did run well there, but certain other things was up that day. But, he's been training well since, this year. He should run well. I want to take a chance, and at 8-1, I'll take my chance with him. So to recap my selections for the 5th from Sam Houston, it's the Houston Turf. Going to take the 9 horse, Corrine, whatever the fuck the horse's name is. I'm going to go 9-5-1-7 in the superfecta. To race 6 from Sam Houston, which is the Frontier Utilities Turf Sprint, per $75,000. Races for 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 10 horses going the distance of ground of 1,000 meters, or the distance of ground of 5 furlongs on the Sam Houston lawn, the turf course. 1,000 meters, 5 furlongs on the lawn. Top selection, I'm going to go with the number 6 horse, the 6 horse Adonis Creed. Going to go 6-9-8-3 in the superfecta. 6-9-8-3 super. Top selection, 6 horse Adonis Creed. 5-year-old gelding by Brilliant Speed. Brad Cox trains. Joe Bravo picks up the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the 1st of December at Aqueduct. 6 furlongs and off 6-2 claimer on the outer turf course. The horse won by 3 lengths there. He stalked early on, a little bit wide, but didn't really matter. He just opened up by a bunch in the stretch. It was a very good victory there. Before that at Belmont, 26th of October, mile 16th inner lawn and a claiming 50, non-3L. That day he won by 2.5 lengths there, or 2 3/4 lengths. That day he stalked early on, a little bit wide, but he had a good turn of foot, and he won for fun. A very good race there. And then a claiming 50 at Belmont, yielding ground 1 mile, October the 4th. He finished second by 2 3/4 lengths. It was a major improvement off the race before, but he was very wide, which probably cost him at the end. Before that, he ran at Monmouth, mile 16th, and opposite 30 claimer, and that day he lost Paco Lopez. You have to keep the rider on to win, so he lost the rider in the stretch, even though he was opened up by a bunch. Looked like he was going to get it done. He didn't. Just wasn't the day to win. He had other things on his mind. And then before that, Saratoga, Mount 3/8 on a good lawn, optionally claimer, finished 7th by 5 3/4 lengths. He went to the front end early on, but then he just hit the wall. Couldn't keep the distance. Wasn't the day to win. But I think a cut back to 5 furlongs. Sitting a little bit closer today, I think this horse could really run well, so watch out for him. So to recap my selections for the 6 from Sam Houston, it's the Frontier Utilities Turf Sprint. Going to take the 6 horse Adonis Creed. I'm going to go 6-9-8-3 in the superfecta. To race number 7 now from Sam Houston. The 7th race, it's the Stoner Side Sprint. It's going for a purse of $50,000. Races for 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 8 horses going the distance of ground of 1,200 meters, or the distance of ground of 6 furlongs on the Sam Houston main track. 1,200 meters, 6 furlongs, the first stakes dirt race of the afternoon. Top selection, I'm going to go to the 7-horse, Lead Him and Ken. I'm going to go 7-5-2-6 in the superfecta, 7-5-2-6 super. Top selection, 7-horse, Lead Him and Ken. 9-year-old horse by Sky Mesa. Joseph Smith trains. Danny Sorensen gets the leg up. The horse's most recent outing came the 1st of December at Gulfstream. 6 furlongs in the Claiming Crown Express. The horse finished 4th by 3 lengths there. He didn't break all that well, but had a little bit of a turn of foot at the end. It wasn't the world's worst race for him, but deep closures don't really do well at Gulfstream. Mainly if you watched yesterday on a very sloppy race course, they definitely don't do do good. But he just couldn't keep up with them. But I think coming to Sam Houston, which could be a little bit of a fairer course, he can get a good closing kick to run by, and I think he would do well. I believe the stretch actually here at Sam Houston is a lot longer than the Gulfstream Park, stretch, which is quite amazing. Actually, a lot of the stretches are a lot longer than the Gulfstream Park main track stretch. When they redid Gulfstream Park in 2005, they should have made the stretch just a little bit longer, not just less than a 3/16 of a mile. But that's for another show. But before the Gulfstream race, this horse ran the 10th of November at Turf Paradise, 6 furlongs in Luke Krybosh Stakes. The horse finished second by a neck. He was very wide, but he was closing up well. He just missed, but he ran a good effort there. And then at Remington, 6 furlongs in DM Van Stakes. The horse finished second by 3 1/4 lengths. Again, he was really closing up well at the end. It wasn't a bad race for him. He just comes a little bit too late. And then at Albuquerque, 5.5 and option 10 claimer. Horse won by 1 3/4 lengths. Sat back early, and then he just took off a very good run. He's run here at Sam Houston once. That came in 2017. So actually a long time ago. So it's been a while since he's been here. But if you look at his training patterns, he's been training well. I think he's rearing to go, and I think the old man can get it done. So watch out for him. 5-2, it's a shit price, but you have to take it. So to recap my selections for the 7th from Sam Houston, it's the Stoner Side Sprint. Gonna go with the 7-horse Lead Him and Ken. I'm gonna go 7-5-2-6 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 8 from Sam Houston. The 8th race, I want to call it the feature race because it's actually a very good race. The 8th race, it's the John B. Connolly Turf Cup. Grade 3 race going for a purse of $200,000. Race for 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 9 horses going to post distance of ground of 2,400 meters, or distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/2 on the Sam Houston lawn, the turf course. 2,400 meters, mile and a half on the Connolly lawn. Top selection here, I like the number 4 horse, Bigger Picture. I'm going to go 4-6-8-2 in the superfecta. 4-6-8-2 super. Top selection of 4 horse, Bigger Picture. I would single him in the multi races. There's a pick 6, pick 5, and a pick 4 that connects these races, and I would single him in there. This 8-year-old given by Badger Silver, Mike Maker trains. Jose Ortiz comes in for the mount. The horse's most recent outing came 23rd November at Del Mar. Mile and a half in the Hollywood Turf Cup. The horse finished second by a neck there. This horse, was really closing up well, had the lead, but then he got caught by, kind of caught by a Chicago style. He just got the jump on him, but this horse ran really well there. Before that, in the Sycamore Keelan, a mile and a half, October the 18th, he finished third by 4.5 lengths there, and again, he just never got that good closing kick on the quite wet ground. And then in the Kentucky Turf Cup at Kentucky Downs, mile and a half, he finished second by a half length behind Arklow, and again, he just missed. He ran a very good effort there. If you look at his races here at Sam Houston, he's run well here. He's actually 2 for 2 by winning this race the last 2 years. He won this race by length last year, and the year before he just ran a hell of a race. So he likes this mile and a half trip. This race not nearly tough. I think last year's race was a lot tougher than this year's, and I think he can get around the race course well. He's course and distance winner twice. Watch out for him here today. Both times actually he won at a mile and a half was here. Other than that, he's 11-2 everywhere. 9-0 or everywhere else at a mile and a half, but here he's 2 for 2. But to recap my selections for the 8th from Sam Houston, it's the grade 3 John B. Connolly Turf Cup. Gonna take the 4 horse Bigger Picture. I'm gonna go 4-6-8-2 in the superfecta. To race 9, the co-featured from Sam Houston, The ninth race, it's the Houston Ladies Classic, Grade 3 purse, $300,000 race for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 7 horses going to post a distance of ground of 1,700 meters with a distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16th on the Sam Houston main track. 1,700 meters, mile 16th, main track. Top selection here, and another single if you're going to play the multi-race. I'm going to go with the 7-horse Midnight Bisou. I'm going to go 7-4-2-6 in the superfecta, 7-4-2-6 super. Top selection, 7-horse Midnight Bisou. Like I said, single in the multi-race. This 4-year-old filled by Midnight Loot. 3-5, Mike Smith picks up the mount for Steve Asmussen. The horse's most recent outing came the 3rd of November at Churchill, mile and the 8th in the Bruce Cup Distaff. The horse finished third by 1.5 lengths. Mike Smith, who normally rides this horse, rode Abel Tasman that day, who showed up nothing. So he, had John Velasquez up, who I think rode a decent race. This horse was closing a little bit at the end, but Monomoy Girl was on a world of her own. Just couldn't keep up with this one. Couldn't keep up with her, but I think the return to Mike Smith on this one, who knows this horse well. I think this horse should run well. Before that, in the cotillion at Parks, mile 16, September the 22nd, the horse finished second by a neck, but because they say Monomoy Girl was coming out on this horse, she was placed up first due to disqualification. But I think that was a very I don't think it needed to be done. And then they ran this horse in the Alabama at Saratoga, mile and a quarter, August 18th. The horse finished third by 6 3/4 lengths. It just didn't handle the trip, couldn't keep up there. And then in the coaching club, American Oaks, Saratoga, mile and 8th, July 22nd, the horse finished second by 3 lengths behind Monomoy Girl, who just had the jump on this one again. But the horse won the Mother Goose by half a dozen very easily. Had a decent third place finish in the Kentucky Oaks and won the Santa Anita Oaks very nicely, the Santa Isabel very nicely, and the Santa Ynez very nicely. So this horse, she had a really good start to the season, but when she faced this tougher competition, she just couldn't get that little extra jump. She ran well against them, but she couldn't get that extra jump. I think starting off the new season in a little lesser quality race, I think she should really do well, and as long as Monomoy Girl doesn't randomly show up and beat this horse, I think she'll really run well. I believe Monomoy Girl is actually still in training, so that's a good kind of rivalry that could go into 2019. Monomoy Girl, Midnight Bisou. Let's hopefully they meet up again, maybe in the Ogden Phipps at Belmont on Belmont Stakes weekend, something like that. But to recap or the Apple Blossom Handicap at Oaklawn. But to recap my selections for the ninth from Sam Houston, it's Grade 3 Houston Ladies Classic. Can't speak now. Gonna go as a top selection, 7-horse Midnight Bisou. Gonna go 7-4-2-6 in the superfecta, single the 7-horse in the multi-race. So now let's get on to race number 10 from Sam Houston, the final race on the program. The 10th race, it is the Jersey Lily Turf. It's going for a purse of $50,000, race for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 10 horses going to post a distance of ground of 1,700 meters, or the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16th on the turf course. 1,700, 1 mile 16th. Top selection, I'm going to take the number 3 horse, Susie B. I'm going to go 3-10-8-4 in the superfecta, 3-10-8-4 super. Top selection, the 3 horse, Susie B. In the multi race here, I'm going to go 3-10. I think it's a 2-horse race between those two. If I play this pick 4, it's going to be very, very cheap. So hopefully it comes out. But if you want an all stakes pick 3, beginning with race number 8, if you play for $1, it's going to only cost you $2. Something good about Sam Houston, they have dollar pick 3s, which I think is good at times. So maybe I'll play it. Can't lose. The 3-horse Susie B, 7-year-old mare by English Channel, Mike Maker trains, Calumet Farm owns. Jose Ortiz picks up the mount. This horse's most recent outing came on New Year's at Gulfstream, 1 mile optional 75 claimer. The horse finished third by length there. He's had mid-pack most of the race after not the best beginnings, and he just never really was comfortable there. He most definitely need the race. I think second off the break, coming here to Sam Houston again, I think this horse will really run a little bit better. Before that, in the Monroe at Gulfstream, mile 16th, September the 29th, the horse finished fourth by 2 3/4 lengths, and again, just didn't have the best of trips, but was closing up well at the end. And then the River Cities at Louisiana, mile 16 on yielding ground, September the 2nd. The horse finished fourth by 2 3/4 lengths, again, which is a little bit too late there. And then the West Virginia President's Cup at Mountaineer, mile 70 on August 4th. The horse finished fourth by 1 3/4 lengths, and again, a little bit too late. I wonder if this horse wants longer, if she, with a faster pace in front of her, but she's always that little bit too late. We last started here at Sam Houston a year ago on this card in the Houston Distaff, where the horse finished third by by 3 3/4 lengths. Last time Jose Ortiz rode this horse in 2018. The horse finished third by 3 3/4 lengths. She was very wide that day, but she closed up well. If she's gonna have to have a clearer trip today. If she has a clearer trip, I think she could win. Her last win came at Gulfstream, the Powder Break, in April of 2018. But after that, she just kept on placing. I think she's due for a victory, and I think she could get it here today, so watch out. So to recap my selection for the 10th from Sam Houston, it's Jersey Lily Turf, gonna take the 3-horse Susie B. I'm gonna go 3-10, 8-4 in the superfecta. Go 3-10 to end off the multi-race sequences. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5. Good luck, everyone.